And need to share the screen. What screen is getting shared? Okay. Who wants to start? I'll start for a change today. Prayers to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, maternal spiritual master, who delivered the merciful teachings of the Vaishnava Acharyas to the suffering world. I pray that he may be a little pleased with this attempt to glorify Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. Oh, and then Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at his lotus feet. Shri Bharshabhani Videvi Dayitaya Krupabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances to Varshabhani Devi Dayita Dasa, another name of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is favored by Srimati Radharani and who is the ocean of transcendental mercy and the deliverer of signs of Krishna. Madhuryojvala Premadya Shri Rupanaga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karana Sakti Vigrahaya Namostate. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the personified energy of Sri Chaitanya's mercy, who deliver devotional service which is enriched with the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, coming exactly in the line of revelation of Srila Rupa Goswami. Namaste Gauravani, Sri Murtaye Dina Tarine, Rupanuga Viridapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are the personified teachings of Lord Chaitanya. You are the deliverer of the fallen souls. You do not tolerate any statement which is against the teachings of devotional service enunciated by Srila Rupa Goswami. Reading from Appendix 3, Back to Godhead articles by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, published in March 1952, Volume 1, Part 9. The article begins with the Srila Prabhupada's poem, Adore, adore ye all, and then the article ensues. Om Vishnupada Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami appeared in this mortal world in the year 1874, in February, on the 6th, as the third son of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, known as late Kedarnath Dutt in his early householder life. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was known as Bimal Prasad Dutt in his early life, and from his very boyhood, inspired by his devotee father, lived in a strict, pious, and religious life. One instance in his early life will prove how much he was rigid in his principle of religious way of life. The instance may be cited here as a matter of course. Srila Kedarnath Datta, as an ideal Gruhastha, used to worship Sri Sri Radha Govinda Vigraha at his house. As such, one day he purchased some good quality mangoes for the deity when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was a mere child. The child, Bimal Prasad, pretending the childish nature, ate up the mangoes without the knowledge of his father. The father, when he came to know that the mangoes purchased for offering to the deities at his house were swallowed up by his child Bimal Prasad, he mildly rebuked him and also warned him also not to commit the mistake in the future. Capital H, warn him. This is writing by Srila Prabhupada. So the child Bimal Prasad took up this matter very seriously, and as the proverb goes, the child is the father of future men. So he proved himself then as the future Acharya of the human community. From that day forward, till his departure from this mortal world, he remembered that mistake which he had committed in his early life, and as a matter of self imposed punishment, he never touched mangoes of any kind for his eating purpose. In his later life, he was so many times requested by thousands and thousands of disciples to accept mangoes, but he always reminded of his childish so called mistake and always quoted the instruction from the Upanishad that everything belongs to the Almighty God. Nobody, therefore, accept anything in this world unless same has first been offered to him, Almighty God. Another instance of his early life may be stated here that when Bimal Prasad was on the lap of his beloved mother, his father, late Kedarnath Dutt, was posted as a magistrate of Puri. The Khar festival of Sri Jagannath Ji took place at that time. The house was situated just near the main road through which the car used to pass. So, when the car was moving, it stopped all of a sudden in front of the house where Shri Brimal Prasad was on the lap of his mother. So the car of Jagannath stopped and did not move with utmost endeavor of the pulling devotees. Mother Bimal Prasad took this opportunity and was helped to get up on the car for darshan of the deity with her saintly son. The baby Bimal Prasad was then thrown upon the holy feet of Sri Jagannath Ji, and at once the baby was blessed by the god as some flowers fell down on the baby from the hands of the deity. After this incident, the car began to move, and every intelligent person present there could understand that the child Bimal Prasad was not an ordinary one. There are many such small but very significant instances from his very childhood, which indicated Bimal Prasad to be a future great personality, and it so happened that in his later age he became the most powerful acharya in the line of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya in the disciple succession from the Madhvacharya, who was in the line of Brahma Sampradaya, coming down from Brahma, the creator of the universe. Notice the capital H everywhere. Prabhupada was writing his very childhood. He became the most powerful acharya and so on. There are four Sattvata or transcendental spiritual acharya sampradayas or fundamental schools of theism such as the Brahma Sampradaya, beginning with Brahma after his initiation from the personality of Godhead. The Rudra Sampradaya, beginning from Shankara or Mahadeva, the Sri Sampradaya, beginning from Srimati Lakshmi Devi, the eternal consort of Sri Narayana, and the Kumar Sampradaya, beginning from the Kumar, namely Sanak Sanat Kumars. Sri Madhvacharya belonged to Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Ramanuja to the Sri Sampradaya, and Sri Vishnu Swami to the Rudra Sampradaya, and Sri Nimbarka belonged to the Kumar Sampradaya. All these four acharyas are bona fide preachers of the pure transcendental philosophy, dealing with the problems of this life, the living entities, and the Almighty God, who is the Father of creation, as well as the living entities who are falsely trying to dominate over the creation, and the controlling energy known as the material nature. Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj happened to be the 10th generation in the line of disciple succession from Lord Chaitanya, who accepted Srila Ishwara Puri as his spiritual master. Sri Madhavendra Puri was a spiritual master of Srila Ishwara Puri, and he, Sri Madhavendra Puri, belonged to be in the disciple succession from Madhvacharya, who was a direct disciple of Srila Vyasadeva. The spiritual master of Srila Vyasadeva was Srila Narada Muni, who was directly initiated by Brahma, the originator of the Brahma Sampradaya, and therefore my spiritual master, Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, belonged to the transcendental school of philosophy of the Brahma Sampradaya, linking Brahma to Vyasadeva, and from him to Madhvacharya, and from Madhvacharya to Lord Chaitanya, and from Lord Chaitanya to himself in a systematic principle as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Evam parampara praptam, Bhagavad Gita 42. As a bona fide acharya of the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, the mission of Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami was to re-establish the pure form of theism as propounded by Lord Chaitanya in the line of his predecessors. I just want to share one comment before going forward. I know hearing from Yas Puja, some devotees are inspired to write back to Godhead articles, and this is one of the article by Srila Prabhupada. And for me, it is so sweet how spiritual master is always loving to disciple, but also disciple is also like disciple here is Srila Prabhupada, how he is like, so sweet in glorifying his spiritual master. Okay, so inspiration for Bhakti, back to Godhead articles, an example by Srila Prabhupada himself. Lord Chaitanya preached only the teachings of Bhagavad Gita in the most practical way to suit the present environment created by the dark age of quarrel and fight. In the latter age, calculated to be 200 years before advent of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, many pseudo-spiritualist parties in the name of Lord Chaitanya grew up like mushrooms to exploit the noble sentiment of spiritualism of the innocent people of earth. Such pseudo-spiritualistic parties deviated poles asunder from the preaching of Lord Chaitanya because they were unfit to undergo the disciplic regulations, and as such they had mitigated a via media principle of rotten materialistic idea with pure spiritualism. This they misunderstood the highest form of worship contemplated by the gopis of Vrindavan in the spiritual process with a materialistic idea of erotic principles. As such, the highest principle Rasalila, stated in Bhagavat to be understood and released at the stage of Paramahamsas, was made a plaything by such pseudo parties are known as the Owl, Bowl, Nera, Kartabaja, Sain, Dadbesha, Sakibeki, Sahajiya, caste Goswamis, caste Brahmins, and so on. These pseudo parties passed as the disciples of Lord Chaitanya with their cheap, nefarious activities, and of all the above parties, the Sahajiyas and the caste Goswamis became the most obstinate obstructors to the onward progress of the universal movement of Lord Chaitanya. The philosophy of Lord Chaitanya was that God is one without a second. He is known as Sri Krishna, but his incarnations such as Rama and Nrsimha are all identical with him. The living entities or jivas are qualitatively one with Godhead, but quantitatively they are innumerable, but eternal servitors of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The present materialistic activities of the jivas are to be understood as the acts of Maya or illusion, and therefore they're all waste of energy of the human being. Interesting. They're all waste of energy of the human being, and it's all Maya. Mm. So the energy of the human being, as also of the other living beings, should therefore be directed under the bona fide regulations of the Acharya in the line of Lord Chaitanya, and as such, he vehemently protested against the principles of those pseudo transcendentalists now passed in the name of Lord Chaitanya. Srila Bhaktivinoda initiated the reformatory movement by literary contributions while he was still engaged as a high government officer. During his householder life and serving as a magistrate, he wrote books of various descriptions in Bengali, English, and Sanskrit, and etc. to present an actual picture of the pure devotional activities of Lord Chaitanya. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj got inspiration from his very childhood all about Srila Bhaktivinoda's movement. As a matter of fact, out of all his other sons, Srila Saraswati Thakur practically worked as a private secretary of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. As such, Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave him, Srila Saraswati Thakur, the transcendental power of attorney to espouse the cause of Lord Chaitanya. And so, after Bhaktivinoda Thakur's departure, Srila Saraswati Thakur took upon reins of that reformatory movement. Mm. The first and foremost task of Srila Saraswati Thakur was to excavate the holy birthplace of Lord Chaitanya at Sridhar Mayapur in the district of Nadia in West Bengal. To substantiate this preliminary act of his great future movement, Srila Saraswati Thakur had to face tremendous difficulties offered by the caste Goswamis at Navadvip because they apprehended a lawyer in the initial movement. The caste Goswamis were exploiting and are still exploiting the religious sentiments of the common people in the name of Lord Chaitanya and presented themselves as so-called relative and descendant of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Factually, Lord Chaitanya, or for the matter of that, Lord Nityananda accepted nobody as their relative or kinsman who were not devotee of the Lord. On the contrary, Lord Chaitanya accepted Haridas, who happened to come out of a Mohammedan family, as an Namacharya are the most powerful authority for preaching the Sankirtan movement, which Lord Chaitanya inaugurated so odiously. Lord Chaitanya, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita or in other authentic scriptures, wanted to re-establish the Vaishnava Dharma on the real basis of spiritualism. He never deprecated the natural caste system, but neither he approved of the birth caste system, which has degenerated into slut of anarchism. Lord Chaitanya opined that anyone who is well conversant with the philosophy of absolute truth, Sri Krishna, never mind what he is, either a born Brahmana or Shudra, or in the ashram of a sannyasi or grihastha, is perfectly competent to act in the role of spiritual master. And he practically demonstrated this fact during his preaching work. Somebody please get ready for take on the next. We'll continue. The caste Goswamis, assisted by the other pseudos transcendentalists, made a clique to check up the universal movement of Lord Chaitanya and made a business of dispatching those foolish followers to the kingdom heaven after having drawing a lump sum amount for the priestcraft hooliganism. Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj wanted to check up the pseudo spiritualistic activities of the so-called followers of Lord Chaitanya and presented the actual thing for acceptance by the general public, religionists, and modern philosophers for a critical study of the sublime gift of Lord Chaitanya. It is the honest belief of Srila Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that people in general, modern philosophers and thinkers, as also the religionists, will be struck with wonder when they seriously make a study of the gift of Lord Chaitanya. What was thought by modern leaders like Gandhi and Rabindranath was long before thought by Lord Chaitanya, not as a public leader of political aspiration, but as the father of all living entities. The movement of Lord Chaitanya is generally known as Sankirtan movement, which is a transcendental process of self-realization and by removing the dust of materialism on the mirror of human intelligence. The present problem confronting the human civilization is due to lack of proper introspection of the goal of human knowledge. That's all the article. It looks like ended, but it's this article is primarily glorification of the contributions of Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Prabhupada is really like appreciating the works of his spiritual master at every sentence. Appendix 5. Amani Radhamata, you have your hand up. You want to go?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Appendix 5. No, Appendix 4.
Appendix 4, yeah.
Excerpts from the lectures of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. 1. Lecture given on December 9th, 1968, the disappearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj in Los Angeles, California. So today is the disappearance day of my Guru Maharaj. As I told you that Sadhava Jivava Marova. There was a nice story the other day that I told you, that a sage is giving different kinds of blessings to different types of persons. So to a king's son, a prince, he blessed Rajaputra Chiranjiva. Oh, you are a king's son, prince, you live forever. And Muniputra, the son of a saintly person, he blessed him, Na Jiva. You don't live. Rajaputra Chiranjiva Muniputra Na Jiva. And Sadhu, devotee, he blessed him, Jivova Marova, that you live or you die, as you like. And there was a butcher. He blessed him, Na Jiva Na Maro. You don't die, you don't live. So these words are very significant, that I have already explained. Still I'm explaining. The prince is enjoying sense, that's all. He has got enough facility for sense enjoyment. So his next life is hellish, because if you indulge in sex life, then Krishna will give you facility to have sex life 3 times in an hour, just like the pigeons, the monkeys, the sparrows. They're very sexually strong. You have seen it. So that the facility is given. So princely order, they are after sense enjoyment. So he is blessed that better you live forever. Because after your death, you don't know what is going to happen to you. You are going to get a hellish life. Better you live for some time, go on with your enjoyment. And Muniputra, Najiva, Brahmachari, working under guidance, under strict disciplinary guidance of the spiritual master. He is blessed, Najiva. You better die, because you are so trained to enter the kingdom of God. So why should you take so much trouble? Better you die and go back to Godhead, Najiva. And a devotee he blessed, Jivava Marova, my dear devotee, either you live or you die, the same thing. And the butcher he blessed him, Najiva Namaro, you don't live, don't die. What is to do? His living condition is so abominable. From the morning he has to slaughter so many animals, see the bloodstains, the ghastly scene. That is his livelihood. So what a horrible life this is. So don't live and don't die also. Because after death, oh, he is going to be in so much hellish condition, nobody can describe. So both life, living condition and death, after death, his condition is very horrible. Anyway, apart from others, the devotee, for him, appearance and disappearance, the same thing. Just like when my spiritual master appeared in Jagannath Puri. He was the son of a very big government officer, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was magistrate, government officer, and in those days the magistrate is a big officer in government, practically next to governor. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur was in charge of the Jagannath temple. That is the system in Jagannath Puri. The manager in charge of the temple is the district magistrate. So there was Ratha Yatra festival, and the cart was passing in front of the Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's name was Kedarnath Datta. The car stopped before his house, and at that time, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, a child in the lap of his mother, the mother took the opportunity of rising on the cart. She was a magistrate's wife, so she had the facility. Immediately, people gave her way to going on the top of the cart and placed the child on the lotus feet of Jagannath. And there were many garlands. One garland fell upon him, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati blessings. This was one of there are so many other things. When he was a child, 2-3 years old, he ate one mango fruit, which was kept for offering to the deity. So his father mildly rebuked him. Oh, you have done a very wrong thing. It was meant for the deity and you have taken it. You should not have done it. The child was 2 or 3 years old. He took it so seriously that never after that he took mango. Whenever we offered him mango, he said, no, I'm offender. I cannot take mango. He was thinking like that. Never in his life he took a mango. He was thinking that I have offended in my childhood by taking the mango of the deity. Well, this is the characteristics of the Acharya. They teach by their life's action that one should be so much determined that one should not be. A child took the mango, there is no offense, but he took that vow. Another instance in my presence at that time, we were also young men, and one of my god brothers, his name is Dr. Aud Behari Kapoor. He is now retired in Vrindavan. Last time I saw him. He was also a young man, and his wife also was also young. We were sitting together talking with Guru Maharaj, and the girl proposed, my dear master, I want to speak with you. Guru Maharaj said, yes, you can talk whatever you like. So she said, I want to talk with you secretly, not in the presence of everyone. Guru Maharaj said, no, I cannot talk with you secretly. You can talk in the presence of my all other disciples. So even that girl was just like his granddaughter by age calculation. He refused to talk with a young woman in a secret place. These are the instances. In this life, he was always Akhanda Brahmachari. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had many other sons and was the 5th son. And some of his other brothers also, they did not marry. And my Guru Maharaj, he also did not marry. From the childhood, a strict brahmachari, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And he underwent very severe penances for starting his movement, worldwide movement. That was his mission. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to do this. In 1896, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to introduce this Krishna consciousness movement by sending this book, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his life and precepts. Fortunately, that year was my birth year, and by Krishna's arrangement, we came in contact. I was born in a different family. My Guru Maharaj was born in a different family. Who knew that I will come to his protection? Who knew that I would come to America? Who knew that you American boys will come to me? These are all Krishna's arrangements. We cannot understand how things are taking place. In 1936, today is 9th December 1968. That means 32 years ago in Bombay, I was then doing some business. All of a sudden, perhaps on this date, sometime between 9 or 10 December, at that time, Guru Maharaj was indisposed little and he was staying at Jagannath Puri on the seashore. So I wrote him a letter. My dear master, your other disciples, Brahmachari, Sannyasi, they are rendering you direct service, and I am a householder. I cannot live without you. I cannot serve you nicely. So I do not know how can I serve you. Simply an idea. I was thinking of serving him. How can I serve him seriously? So the reply was dated 13 December 1936. In that letter he wrote, my dear such and such, I am very glad to receive your letter. I think you should try to push our movement in English. That was his writing, and that will do good to you and to the people who will help you. And that was his instruction. And then in 1936, on the 31st December, that means just after writing this letter, a fortnight before his departure, he passed away. But I took that order of my spiritual master very seriously. But I did not think that I will have to do such and such thing. I was at that time a householder. This is the arrangement of Krishna. If we strictly try to serve the spiritual master, his order, then Krishna will give us all facilities. That is the secret. Although there was no possibility, I never thought, but I took it a little seriously by studying a commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, in connection with one verse, Vyavasayatmika Buddhir Ekeha Kuru Nandana, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives his commentary that we should take up the words from the spiritual master as our life and soul. We should try to carry out the instruction, the specific instruction of the spiritual master, very rigidly without caring for our personal benefit or loss. So I tried a little bit in that spirit. He has given me all facilities to serve him. Things have come to the stage that I'm in this old age. I have come to your country, and you are also taking this movement seriously, trying to understand it. We have got some books now, so there is little foothold of this movement. Now, on this occasion of my spiritual master's departure, as I'm trying to execute his will, similarly, I shall also request you to execute this same order through my will. I'm an old man. I can also pass away at any moment. That is nature's law. Nobody can check it. So that is not very astonishing. But my appeal to you on this auspicious day, the departure of my Guru Maharaj, that at least to some extent you have understood the essence of the Krishna consciousness movement. You should try to push it on. People are suffering from want of this consciousness. This Krishna consciousness movement is authorized, very important. Now you American boys and girls, you have taken to this movement. Please take it more seriously, and that is a mission of Lord Chaitanya and my Guru Maharaj. And we are also trying to execute the will of the disciplic succession. You have come forward to help me. I shall request you all that I shall go away, but you shall live. Don't give up pushing on this movement, and you will be blessed by Lord Chaitanya and His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Should I continue, Prabhu? Oh, I see hands. Yeah.
Anyone else want to continue, devotees?
I can read.
Yeah, Mataji, there are hands raised by Govindamani Mataji and Chintamani Mataji. So they can go with the second.
Go ahead, Govindamani Mataji.
Are you sure you had raised your hand up? You can go if you like. I can wait.
Okay. Is Prabhu still scrolling this? I suppose, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Oh, Mataji is there. Acha. Okay, so 2, lecture given on December 13, 1973 in Los Angeles on the disappearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Namine. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati passed away from this material world on 31st December 1936. So almost 40 years passed. There are 2 phases, prakat and aprakat, appearance and disappearance. We have nothing to lament on account of disappearance because Krishna and Krishna's devotees, not only devotees, even the non-devotees, nobody disappears. Nobody disappears because every living entity, as Krishna is eternal, it is confirmed in the Vedic literature, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. The description of the Supreme Lord is that He is also Nitya, eternal, and the other living entities are also eternal. But He is the chief eternal. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. Qualitatively, there is no difference between Krishna and the living entities. Quantitatively, there is difference. What is the difference between Nitya, the singular number, and Nitya, the plural number? The plural number, Nitya, is subordinate. Eternal servants of the singular number, Nitya. Just like if you want to serve somebody, the master is also exactly like you. He has got 2 hands, 2 legs, all the same sentiments. He also eats. Everything is there in God. But the difference is the master and servant, that's all. Otherwise, equal in all respects. So spiritually, appearance and disappearance, there is no difference. Just like in material point of view, if a person takes birth, supposing you get a son born, you become very happy. The same son, when he passes away, you become very unhappy. This is material. And spiritually, there is no such difference, appearance or disappearance. Although this is the disappearance day of Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, there is nothing to be lamented. Although we feel separation, that feeling is there, but spiritually there is no difference between appearance and disappearance. There is a song, Narottam Das Thakur's song, Jayanilo Premadhan. Can you sing that song, anyone? I don't remember exactly the whole song. That is all lamentation. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur brought this message to deliver all over. Of course, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his desire. He predicted that all over the world, as many towns and villages as are there, everywhere my name will be known. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name, which is now attempted. Now, actually, to execute this will of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said personally, Bharat Bhumite hoilo manushya janma jar, janma sarthok kori karo paro upakar. He wanted that his name should be brought all over the world, in every town and village. And who would do it? He asked that anyone that has taken birth in Bharatvarsha, India, it is his duty, first of all, make himself perfect by understanding the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and broadcasting, distribute. This was the duty of every Indian. So that advantage is there in India by culture, by education. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested that Indians, those who have taken birth as human beings, he does not speak to the animals. Bharat Bhumite hoilo manushya janma. Manushya janma means human. Because without being human beings, nobody can understand these things. The cats and dogs, they cannot understand. A person whose behavior is like cats and dogs, he also cannot understand. Therefore, he says, Janmo Sharthok Kori. First of all, make your life perfect and then distribute this knowledge. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. He simply said, but he was expecting in the later days his followers would do that. That attempt was made by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he desired that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message should be accepted by East and West equally, and that both the Indians and the Europeans and Americans, they should dance together in ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. That was his desire. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he simply expressed the desire. When shall I see this happening? Both these Eastern and Western people, they are united on the basis of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult and dancing together in ecstasy. That was his ambition. This was ambition of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this was ambition of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took up this affair, business. He wanted, first of all, every student, any disciple, every disciple, especially those who are competent, he requested that you take up this mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and preach in the Western countries. That was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's first attempt. Before that, even the Acharyas, Rupanuga Goswamis, they left literature, but they did not attempt to preach practically. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very, very anxious to preach this Chaitanya cult in the Western countries. That is his, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's special contribution. So when I met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it is a long story how I met him. One of my friends, he dragged me. I was at that time a nationalist and manager in a big chemical factory. My age was about 24 years. So one of my friends, he asked me that there is a nice sadhu, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He has come to Calcutta. Let us go and see. I was reluctant. I thought that there are so many sadhus. I am not very much, and because I had bad experience, not very good. So I said that this kind of sadhu, there are many. You'll be glad to know even at my young age or early age, it was Krishna's grace. Even amongst my young friends, I was considered the leader. In my school days, in my college days, in my private friendship, somehow or other, I became their leader. And one astrologer, sometime he read my hand. He said in Hindi, your hand speaks that your order will be executed. Well, anyway, it was Krishna's grace. I would not go. But their point of view was that unless I certified that Sadhu Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would not be accepted. Therefore, he dragged me. So I went to see Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that day. And on the very first meeting, we offered our obeisances, as it is the practice. Immediately, he begins talking that you are all educated young men. Why don't you take up Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult and preach all over the English-speaking public? Why don't you take up this path? So I argued with him in some way. At that time, I was a nationalist. So I told him that who will accept our message? A dependent nation? Nobody will care. In this way, in my own way, in my younger days, in my younger days. But we belong to the Vaishnava family, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Radha Govinda. That is our worshipable deities. So I was very glad that Radha Krishna cult, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that this sadhu is trying to preach. It is very nice. At that time, we had some talks. Of course, I was defeated by his argument, my argument. And then, when it came out, we were offered prasadam, very nice treatment, the Gaudiya Mat. And when I came out on the street, my friend asked me, what is your opinion of this sadhu? And I said that here is the right person who has taken up Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message, and now it will be distributed. I was at that time a fool, but I opined like this, and I accepted him as my spiritual master. Immediately, no officially, but in my heart. That was in 1922. Then in 1923, I left Calcutta on my business too, and I made my headquarters in Allahabad. Allahabad is about 500 miles from Calcutta. I was thinking that I met a very nice, saintly person. That was on my thinking always. In this way, in 1928, there was a Kumbh Mela. At that time, these Gaudiya Math people came to Allahabad to establish a center there. And somebody informed them that you go to that Prayag pharmacy. My drugstore was named that Prayag pharmacy. My name was also there. You go and see Abhay Babu. He is religious. He will help you. These Gaudiya Math people, they came to me. They said, "Sir, we have come to you. We have heard that you are a very good man. We want to start a temple here. Please try to help us." Because I was thinking of these Gaudiya Math people, and I met a very nice saintly person. As soon as I saw them, I was very much gladdened. Oh, here are these persons. They have come. So in this way, gradually, I became attached to these Gaudiya Math activities. And by the grace of Krishna, my business also was not going very well. If someone actually wants to be a devotee of Krishna, at the same time keeps his material attachment, then Krishna's businesses, he takes away with him everything material. So that 10% he becomes, how do you say? Dependent on Krishna. That actually happened to my life. I was obliged to come to this movement, to take up this very seriously. And I was dreaming that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is calling me. Please come out with me. So I was sometimes horrified. What is this? I have to give up my family life? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is calling me. I have to take sannyas. Oh, I was horrified. But I saw him several times calling me. Anyway, it is by his grace I was forced to give up my family life and so-called business life. And he brought me some way or other in preaching his gospel. This is a memorable day. What he desired, I am trying a little bit, and you are all helping me. So I have to thank you more. You're actually representatives of my Guru Maharaj. Because you are helping me in executing the order of my Guru Maharaj. At this point in the lecture, Srila Prabhupada cannot continue due to strong ecstasy. Thank you very much. So, Govinda Mohini Mataji, you want to continue?
Yeah, sure, I can read next, yeah. Okay. Lecture given on March 2nd, 1975, the appearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. 101 years ago, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared on this day. Bhaktisiddhanta is Gaura Shakti. Gaura Shakti means empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted his mission to be broadcast all over the world. He desired Prithvete Ache Yata Nagaradi Gram Sarvatra Prachara Hoibe Mora Nam. Chaitanya Bhagavat, oops, I lost it. Antya Khanda 4.126. Prithvete, all over the world, as many towns and villages are there. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that his mission will be spread. This prediction was made by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally 500 years ago. My Guru Maharaj attempted to fulfill the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometime in the year 1918, he was brahmachari and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, his material father. He wanted he wanted Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Of course, everyone wanted. But he wrote one small book, Lord Chaitanya, His Life and Precepts, in 1896. And he presented that book to the McGill University in Canada. He very much desired that the foreigners, especially Americans, would join this movement. That was his desire in 1896. And in 1918, my Guru Maharaj started with this mission, one institution known as Gaudiya Math. Perhaps some of you know the name Gaudiya Math. And he was trying to spread this message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by chance or prediction, as you think, I was taken to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Thakur. I was taken to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur by one of my friends. I did not want to go there, but he forcibly took me there. Yes, and he ordered me that you preach the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in English language. This is very much essential. On the first meeting, he told me like that. That was my first meeting with him. At that time, I was in favor of Gandhi's movement. So I said that we are not independent, subjugated. Who will hear our message? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura refuted my argument. I was very much pleased. I had so many talks, but I was very much pleased to be defeated. That this is so-called nationalism or any ism. They are all temporary. Real need is self-realization. I was convinced, but at that time, although he wanted me to immediately join him and spread his movement, he wanted me to immediately join him and spread this movement. At that time, I was married man, young man. I was married in 1918, and I got a son at that time, 1921. And in 1922, I met him. At that time, I was manager in a big chemical factory. So I thought that I'm a married man. I've got so many responsibilities. How I can join immediately? It is not my duty. Of course, that was my mistake. I should have joined immediately. Laughter, Jai. I should have taken the opportunity immediately, but Maya is there. I thought like that. So that's a long history. 1958, I took sannyas, and then I decided to take up the responsibility that my Guru Maharaj gave. I thought that my other God brothers are trying. I'm not capable to do it. They're better situated. But somehow or other, they could not do very much appreciative activity in this connection. So when I was 70 years old, I decided, now I must do it. Execute the order of my Guru Maharaj. And thus this movement was started in 1965 from New York. And I was not very much hopeful because it is a very difficult task. Just opposite the European and Western culture. I came. When I first came, I had no money. I got a free passage through some Indian steam navigation company. I came by ship. When I was on the sea by Boston Port, Commonwealth Port, I was thinking that I've come here. I do not know what is the purpose, because how the people will accept this movement. They are differently educated, and as soon as I say, so my dear sir, you have to give up meat eating and illicit sex and no intoxication and gambling, they will say, please go home. Laughter. Because that was the experience. One of my god brothers, he went to London and he had the opportunity to talk with one big man, Marquis of Zetland. Marquis of Zetlands was formerly governor of Bengal. At that time, I was I lost my.
Sorry, I lost you to 1 second. I was a student. That's where we were.
I was student. Oh yeah, at that time I was student.
There you go. Here. Do you see it?
Oh yeah, he was Scotsman, and I was a student. I was student of the Scottish Churches College. So he came to see our college, and he was standing in front of me in the second year class. He was a very nice, good gentleman. So he proposed to my god brother, whether you make me a whether you can make me a Brahmana. My brother proposed, yes, we can make anyone Brahmana, provided you follow these principles. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling. That Lord Zetland immediately replied, impossible. Laughter. So I was thinking that, laughing, I will propose something that is impossible. Anyway, let me try. Laughter, cheers of Jai and Haribol. Now by the grace of Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and in the presence of my Guru Maharaj, you are so nice boys and girls. In front of Guru Maharaj, you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra and you're taking part in it very seriously. My Guru Maharaj will be very, very pleased upon you and bless you with all benefit. He wanted this, and it is not that he is dead and gone. That is not spiritual understanding. Every ordinary living being, he does not die. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. And what to speak of such exalted, authorized persons like Bhaktisiddhanta? He's saying, I never felt that I'm alone. I had full faith that my Guru Maharaj is with me. I never lost this faith, and it is a fact. There are two words, Vani and Vapu. Vani means words, and Vapu means the physical body. Vani is more important than the Vapu. Vapu will be finished. This is material body. It will be finished. That is the nature. If we keep to the Vani, to the words of our spiritual master, then we remain very fixed up. It doesn't matter. Just like Bhagavad Gita, it was spoken 5,000 years ago. But if you keep the words of Krishna, then it is always fresh and guiding. Not that because Arjuna personally listened to Krishna about the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, therefore he knew it. That is not the fact. If you accept Bhagavad Gita as it is, then you should know that Krishna is present before you in his words in the Bhagavad Gita. This is called spiritual realization. It is not mundane historical incidences. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Terrible.
Anybody else?
Anybody
wants
else, or
to
may I
take
read?
it?
Otherwise, I'll read. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
start. If somebody wants to do, just let me know. Okay. Excerpts from a lecture given in Mayapur, India on February 8, 1977, the appearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. We should not remain vimudha, we should become intelligent. And to make us intelligent, Krishna comes. Krishna's devotees come. Some messenger comes. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is one of the messengers of Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to preach Krishna consciousness. And not only he preached, but he trained up many disciples to preach this Krishna consciousness all over the world. By his grace, we are also endeavoring to do something with this ISKCON Parampara system. So, we should take advantage of this Vaishnava mission. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Prahlad Maharaj said, they are very anxious. Vaishnava means Paradukha Dukhi. Vaishnava. Our Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he is Vaishnava, 100% Vaishnava. And he was Paradukha Dukhi. This is Vaishnava. He criticized Nirjana Bhajan. He has personally written one song, Dushtamana, Tumi Kisher Vaishnava, Pratishtharatare, Nirjanera Ghare, Tava Harinam Kevala Kaitava. O rascal mind, what kind of Vaishnava are you? In a lonely place, your chanting of Hare Krishna is simply cheating. It is a long song. Vaishnava means he doesn't want any material profit or material opulence or material reputation. He does not want. That is. But in the material world, everyone is busy for three things: material profit, material reputation, material adoration. This is not Vaishnava's business. Vaishnava never cares for all these things. Vaishnava is always thinking how to do good to this suffering humanity. You must search out your real life. That is intelligence. That intelligence is given by the Vaishnava. Therefore, Vaishnava has got a very, very great responsibility. My Guru Maharaj pointed out, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Pratishtara Tare, Nirjanera Ghare, Tava Harinam Kevala Kaitava. Formerly, people used to know that if I take a mala and sit down in a secluded place, oh, that's good, that is not bad. But the real business of Vaishnava is not for himself, but for others. Just like the example given about Rupa Goswami. Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipunau Sadharma Samstapakau Lokanam Hitakarinau Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanyakarau. Not personally. Personally is not high class Vaishnava. I shall become liberated. I shall give up everything. Let me sit down, and sometimes that is also good. But sometimes we also take it that to get cheap adoration from innocent public, that here is a Vaishnava, he sits down. No. My Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was not that type of a Vaishnava. That was his special gift. He wanted every one of his disciples to go and preach the cult of Krishna consciousness. Appendix 5. Anyone in the group? Otherwise, I can continue.
I can read after some time if no one else is.
Okay.
But-
Okay. Should I continue then?
Yes,
You want to
Mataji.
read? Yeah, okay. Excerpts from Srila Prabhupada's letters. When a disciple misunderstands a bona fide spiritual master, the master regrets for his inability to protect the disciple, and sometimes he cries with tears in the eyes. We had an experience while my Guru Maharaj was alive. One of his disciples who accepted sannyasa was one day forcibly dragged by his wife. My Guru Maharaj lamented with tears in his eyes, saying that he could not save the soul. I may inform you that you cannot be fool as you have humbly expressed yourself. Better to remain an ever fool before the spiritual master. But if a disciple is actually a fool, it reflects on the spiritual master. To think of becoming a fool is the real qualification of the bona fide disciple. As soon as one thinks that he has become the wiser man than the spiritual master, one is surely doomed. We should remain everlastingly a fool before the spiritual master. Not artificially, but feelingly. And then we can make real progress. Even my spiritual master, a great scholar, remained a so called fool before his spiritual master, who was outwardly an illiterate village fellow. So, in the absolute world, the fool is also the master, and the master is also a fool, in reciprocal exchange of dealings. My Guru Maharaj never liked to open a branch preaching center in a place where there is less population. We are not meant for living peacefully in a secluded place. We are meant for recruiting Krishna's eternal servants, and therefore a better populated place. I may say that practical devotion is a secret to understanding Shastras. My Guru Maharaj used to say that for one who is not engaged in devotional service, reading all the books is simply like licking the outside of the honey jar. One who thinks the books is the thing is content in this way. But we should learn the secret to open the jar and taste the honey. My Guru Maharaj's opinion is that press is the Brihat Mridanga, or the biggest or the greater Mridanga. The sound of press goes long, long distance. So, the organization of press and literature and public sales should be our main business. My father also trained me and instructed me to his best capacity. And he prayed for me that Radharani may be pleased upon me. And I think that my father's blessings and grace, I may have come to this position. And I might have gotten into relationship with his divine grace. Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. So, it's also Krishna's grace that I got a good father and a good spiritual master, and in my old age also, Krishna has favored me with so many good children. So when I see that Krishna is so kind upon me, I offer my obligations unto him. Regarding your question about my Guru Maharaj, I never told anyone that he was one of the 8 Sakhis. I do not know how you got this news. According to Vaishnava principles, nobody should think or imagine somebody as Krishna, Radharani, and their associates. Everyone should aspire to follow the footprints of such associates. If somebody thinks that somebody is Radha or Krishna, that is not sanctioned by the Vaishnava philosophy. So far as I know, my Guru Maharaj's position was one of the assistants of the Manjaris. For the present, it is better not to discuss on these confidential things of a higher level, but you're always welcome to put your genuine questions for an answer. Otherwise, how will you know things as they are? So, we should now organize in such a way that there shall be nice kirtan and attempt for selling our publications. My Guru Maharaj indicated that the mridanga and the press are the mediums of our missionary propaganda activities, and we shall follow his path in the same way. We must have large quantities of mridangas for vibrating in different parts of the world, and we must distribute our literature also. Anyway, the actual fact is that the 8 gopis are as good as Krishna and Radharani. Therefore, no Vaishnava will claim to be one of the 8 gopis, because that will tinge one with Mayavadi philosophy. If somebody says that I am Krishna or I am Radha, I am one of the 8 gopis, that's against Krishna philosophy. My Guru Maharaj claimed to be one of the sub-devotee assistants of the 8 gopis. Lord Chaitanya also claimed himself as servant of Krishna. So even though you might not have understood, you can correct it now and don't be disappointed. My Guru Maharaj, although he was brahmachari, sometimes he used to say that if I could beget Krishna conscious children, I'm prepared to indulge in sex life 100 times. The summary is, sex life should be utilized only for begetting Krishna conscious children. That's all. Thakur Bhaktivinod was not official spiritual master of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was already renounced order Paramahamsa, and Thakur Bhaktivinod, while he was even playing the part of householder, was treated by Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj as preceptor on account of his highly elevated spiritual understanding, and thus he was always treating him as his spiritual master. The spiritual master is divided into 2 parts, namely Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. So, officially, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was like Siksha Guru of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. In India, therefore, there are many Akhanda Brahmacharis, and my Guru Maharaj was the best Brahmachari. My Guru Maharaj used to say that just rise early in the morning and then kick the mind with the shoe 100 times. Then, while going to sleep, one should take a broomstick and strike the mind another 100 times. The mind is so restless that it can be brought to tameness only by the process suggested by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So you should try this process and stop the mind from running away now and then. If you follow the process of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, naturally he will help you in controlling the mind and bestow all his blessings upon you. You have achieved a great blessing from my Guru Maharaj. My Guru Maharaj had an ambition to publish the message of Lord Chaitanya in all the languages of the world. And when he was present in India, he published 6 magazines in 5 languages, one in Hindi, one in Assami, one in Bengali, one in English, and one in Odia. I don't know what that is, how to say this. You are such and such. It's certainly a unique gift to me, and I shall ever remember it. I remember that my Guru Maharaj would often send young boys out to sell literature of Krishna consciousness. And if they would come back having sold only a few issues, Guru Maharaj is very, very pleased. Now you report that you have sold 300 issues of Back to Godhead in just a few days. So I know that Guru Maharaj is very, very pleased with your work. So Prabhupada is now talking to a god brother. Okay. I've also read specifically your articles on the matter of acharyas, wherein on the 14th paragraph I see the acharya shall be entitled to nominate in writing his successive acharya. But we do not find any record where our Srila Prabhupada nominated any acharya after him. Different persons have interpreted on this point, and every one of our god brothers are acting as acharya. So this is controversial point which I do not wish to enter into while we are proposing for cooperation. I think now we should cooperate fully for preaching the mission of Srila Prabhupada. He very eagerly desired that the message of Lord Chaitanya should be preached all over the world. About 40 years before, Shripad Bon Maharaj, guided by our senior old Tirtha Maharaj, were sent to London. But perhaps Gaudiya mission was established at the time. And perhaps, since then, activities in foreign countries was practically stopped altogether. I started for New York in 1965. This was out of my inspiration and receipt from Srila Prabhupada. And it appears that my attempt in the foreign countries has become successful to a great extent. But by my personal attempt, I've established preaching centers numbering about 2 dozen, beginning from Hamburg to Tokyo. I think if my god brothers would have attempted similarly, preaching centers would have been established all over the world by this time. Therefore, I wish that Gaudiya Mission should send their preachers and establish different centers in different parts of the world. That will fulfill the mission of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Go ahead, Chintamani Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I'm pleased that the press arrangement is proceeding nicely, and you will be pleased to know that my Guru Maharaj.
We have to start from this regarding publication of BTG number 29, the first line.
Srila Prabhupada said it was better. Oh,
From
okay,
here.
okay. Sorry, yeah, I kind of zoomed in.
No
Okay.
problem.
Regarding publication of BTG number 29, it is good that you are publishing Morphology and Ontology of Vedanta by Guru Maharaj, 4 pages, to a god brother. Srila Prabhupada said that it was better to accept some menial service for maintaining oneself than to get some money by showing the deities to the innocent public and being satisfied thereby. They're simply satisfied with some mutts, and they have forgotten the preaching spirit of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. I'm pleased that the press arrangement is proceeding nicely, and you'll be pleased to know that my Guru Maharaj drew a picture in which he gave great importance to the symbolic representation of the press next to the Mridanga. Press means publication of various types of books and literatures, and the Mridanga means some kirtan party. So, in the future, we can form a central governing body for the whole institution. Therefore, the management should be done very cautiously so that everyone is satisfied in their autonomous managing capacity. Of course, the central point is the order of the spiritual master. And I am very glad that you are trying to give importance to this aspect of management. The difficulty is sometimes things are interpreted in a manner dovetailing one's own sense gratification. I have got this personal experience in my Guru Maharaj's institution. Different God brothers took the words of Guru Maharaj in different interpretations for sense gratification, and the whole mission disrupted. This is still going on for the last 40 years without any proper settlement. I am always afraid of this crack. But I'm sure if our aim is to serve Krishna sincerely and the spiritual master simultaneously, that will be our success. Actually, I am not worthy of any one of the words spoken by you, but all of them are due to my spiritual master, who was so kind to me. In fact, I am a worthless man because my spiritual master ordered me to take up this work in 1922, but I did not carry his order until 1958, when I was obliged to carry out his order by his arrangement only. This means, although I was not very enthusiastic to carry out his order, he forced me circumstantially to accept it. So, this is his special mercy on me. And I always think about this with gratitude to this exalted personality coming directly from Vaikuntha world. And we had the great fortune to meet him. I think that is the only credit on our part, that we happened to meet him by some agyata sukriti or unknown auspicious activities. He is so kind upon me that when I came to your country, where I was completely unknown, he sent me some good souls like you, unsolicited. So I accepted you all as assistants or representatives of my Guru Maharaj, who is still helping me because I am so feeble and unworthy. Anyway, the business which we have taken to work together is neither your business nor my business, as far as we are personally concerned. But it is the business of Lord Chaitanya and his bona fide servants like my Guru Maharaj. Letter to Hanuman Prasad Poddar. As you want to publish a comprehensive letter in the Kalyan, I think it is proper to give you a short history of my coming to the Western world. Sometime in the year 1922, when I was acting as a manager of Dr. Bose's Laboratory Limited, I was fortunate enough to meet my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa, Parivrajak Ashtottara Shata, Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. On the very first meeting with His Divine Grace, he asked me to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in the Western world. At that time, I was a young man and a nationalist, admirer of Mahatma Gandhi and C.R. Das. So I replied him at that time, who would care for the message of Lord Chaitanya while we are a subject nation? In this way, I had some argument with my spiritual master, and at the end, I was defeated. But at that time, because I was already married, I could not take his words very seriously. In this way, I passed on as a householder. But by the causeless mercy of my divine master, the order of preaching was impressed on my heart. I was initiated regularly in 1933 at Allahabad, when Sir Malcolm Haley, the then governor of UP, opened our Gauriya Math branch there. Then in 1936, my spiritual master left this world, leaving a message for me that it would be better for me to preach in English language. You are doing so much for fulfilling the desire of my spiritual master. So you're indirectly the representative of my Guru Maharaj. He has been helping me in this matter by sending so many young boys and girls. Otherwise, who would help me in this mission? While I came here empty-handed and without any friend, I can only pray to Krishna to take care of you. Otherwise, I cannot repay your sincere service in my mission. The kindly words that you have used in this connection are very much pleasing, but all the credit goes to my Guru Maharaj. He asked me to take up this job as soon as I met him in 1922, Unfortunately, I was so worthless that I delayed the matter until 1965. But he was so kind that by force he engaged me in his service. And because I am very much worthless, therefore he has sent me so many of his nice representatives, the beautiful American boys and girls like you. I am so much obliged to you that you are all helping me in the discharge of my duties towards my spiritual master, although I am so much reluctant to execute it. After all, we are the eternal servants of Krishna, and by the divine will of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we are now combined together together. Although originally we were born to different parts of the world, unknown to one another. Now everything is there, and you are also experienced. Therefore, go on opening branches, as many as possible, and preach Sankirtan movement to your best capacity. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur entrusted the responsibility to my Guru Maharaj, and he also in his turn empowered us to do the work. In the London streets, introduction of Rath Yatra procession, as well as Lord Chaitanya's birthday ceremony procession, and in the most important part of the city, a Radha Krishna temple. All these things are great achievement of your London Yatra party. And personally, I feel a great credit for me, because by such activities, my Guru Maharaj is certainly very pleased upon us. So whatever progress we are making by the grace of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, we must stick to them and make further progress. My Guru Maharaj used to say that there is no scarcity of anything within this world. The only scarcity is people are not aware of Krishna consciousness. The whole world is suffering for want of this great benediction.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sanatana Dharma Prabhu's hand is raised. I wonder if he wants to read now or later.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Prabhupada. I can read right now. Sorry, earlier I was driving, so couldn't read, but now I can read.
Okay. So Chintamani Mata, you're okay? You will come back later? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. We can start from here, in the beginning.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. In the beginning, I was seriously corresponding with Indian friends to get some good Mridanga players. But when I found it too difficult to get a man from India, some of my students were given the rudimentary lesson in playing, and simply by practice, they are pulling on Sankirtan party everywhere. My Guru Maharaj used to say that in a foreign land where you cannot speak the language with natives very nicely, what do you do when there is a fire in your house just to get their help? In such emergency, one has to express himself somehow or other to his foreign friends and get their help to extinguish the fire. But if we want to learn the language first and then talk with the foreign friends to get help, then everything is in the meantime, everything in the meantime would be finished. My spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, advised me to preach the Krishna consciousness movement in the Western world to my on my first meeting with him. And I was preparing to come here in the Western world since a long time. I met late Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Radhakrishnan, and the late Lal Bahadur Shastri for this purpose. I was convinced by my Guru Maharaj that in the present status of civilization, there is not scarcity of anything except Krishna consciousness. After taking sannyasa, I was. One second, I have to lower my hand. After taking sannyasa, I was more engaged in writing my books without any attempt to construct temple or to make disciple like my other god brother in India. I was not very much interested in these matters because my Guru Maharaj liked very much publication of books than constructing big temples and creating some neophyte disciples. As soon as he saw that his neophyte disciples were increasing in number, he immediately decided to leave this world. During my Guru Maharaj time, even a person was coming from a Brahmana family, he was initiated according to the Pancharatika system, taking him to be a Sudra. So the birthright Brahmanism is not applicable at the present moment. The scared thread inaugurated by my Guru Maharaj according to Panchadrika system and Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sri Sanatan Goswami must continue. It does not matter whether the priestly class accept it or not. When my Guru Maharaj Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada introduced this system, it was protested even by the inner circle of God brothers or friends. Of course, he had actually no God brothers, but there were many disciples of Bhaktivinoda Thakur who were considered as God brother who protested against this action. Against the action of my Guru Maharaj, but he didn't care for it. Actually, one who takes to chanting Hare Krishna mantra offenselessly immediately becomes situated transcendentally, and therefore he has no need of being initiated with scared thread. But Guru Maharaj introduced this scared thread because a Vaishnava was being mistaken as belonging to the material caste. To accept a Vaishnava in material caste system is hellish condition, Naraka Buddhi. Therefore, to save the general populace from being offended to a Vaishnava, he persistently introduced this scared thread ceremony and we must follow his footsteps. This system introduced by my Guru Maharaj is a chance for all the members of the society, scientifically based and applied apart from the exploitative sentiment of birthright caste system, to become actually situated on the transcendental platform. My Guru Maharaj once told this story. One friend informed another that one man has become the High Court judge. Oh no, he replied. No, that cannot be right. Yes, he is now a judge, said the first friend. I have seen him sitting on the bench. The second man replied, maybe, but I don't think he is getting any salary. Such envious men will find out some faults anywhere. There is no fault actually, but they will manufacture some faults. That is their business. So, sorry. So many persons were envious of my Guru Maharaj, but he was preaching and did not care for them. My Guru Maharaj used to say, don't worry about money. Do something nice for Krishna and money will come. So we should always be thinking how to distribute the message of Krishna, and surely he will give us facility. My Guru Maharaj has declared that the real life of a man is preaching. If one has at all got any life in him, then he will preach. Yes, we were saved by Srila Bhakti Siddhant Road. We shall always accept to be saved by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. Always pray to His lotus feet. Whatever success we have had in the preaching, Lord Chaitanya Mission is all over the world. It is only due to His mercy. Actually, cottage life for chanting Hare Krishna mantra is very nice, but because we are dealing with the Western people, Americans and Europeans, they require some nice apartment. Therefore, we have to construct a nice house for them. My Guru Maharaj's policy was to give the nice facility to devotees so that they may chant Hare Krishna mantra peacefully and make advancement. But we cannot be luxurious. As far as possible, minimize the need of our life, but we shall not curtail the bare necessities. You are all helping me in pushing forward this mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, coming down by disciplic succession to my Guru Maharaj. So, whatever you have spoken it is simply due to them. I am simply the via medium to receive them on behalf of my Guru Maharaj, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. The language of Krishna consciousness is ever fresh and we can explain everything by it. Just like my Guru Maharaj once lectured for 3 months on one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. If Bill Prabhu holds a university post, then that is a very important position for speaking Krishna consciousness. And he should try to keep it as long as it will be beneficial in that way. My Guru Maharaj used to say that anything material, if it is used in the service of Krishna, it is a mistake to give it up. Regarding Panchatattva, yes, Srinivas Pandit has Sikha. Vaishnava must have Sikha. Advaita Prabhu has a full white beard. He was an old man. He was practically older than older than the father of Lord Chaitanya. He was an elder. He was an elder gentleman in the town of Navadipa, elder of the Brahmin community. All should wear Tulsi Kanthi beads, not less than 2 strands. 3, 4 strands, or my Guru Maharaj had 5 strands. Regarding your question about incense, Karandar has just informed me that our spiritual sky incense business is making now 1 million a year to spend for Krishna. How can that be Maya? My Guru Maharaj used to say, anything material, if it is used for the service of Krishna, it is a mistake to give it up. Because I have understood this principle, he used to appreciate me in front of my god brothers. I have given this idea all along why you big leaders do not understand it. This kind of service is especially appreciated by Krishna, that some devotees should take risks for his preaching work. And my Guru Maharaj repeatedly requested his disciple to go out into far-off lands for spreading the message of Lord Chaitanya. Thank you very much for this. I am very glad that you are challenging all of these so-called Swamis and Gurus. My Guru Maharaj appreciated devotee who boldly present our Vaishnava philosophy. We must take advantage of every opportunity to defeat these rascals and drive them away. So please continue this strong attitude. The fact is that I am the only one in India who is openly criticizing not only demigod worship and impersonalism, but everything that falls short of complete surrender to Krishna. My Guru Maharaj never compromised in his preaching, nor will I, nor should any of my students. We are all firmly convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all other are his part and parcel servants. This we must declare boldly to the whole world, that they should not foolishly dream of world peace unless they are prepared to surrender fully to Krishna as Supreme Lord. Your program of speaking in colleges and other places and getting paid is very much liked by me. In this way, try to penetrate every school and college and introduce our books profusely. That is nice. You are taking advantage of every opportunity for spreading Krishna consciousness by speaking on radio, attending engagement, etc. That is the method recommended by my Guru Maharaj. Now you are practically demonstrating this fact with good results. This was my Guru Maharaj's policy, that we should remain in the big cities in order that the maximum amount of people could take advantage of our preaching. So far, personal association with Guru is concerned, I was only with my Guru Maharaj 4 or 5 times, but I have never left his association, not even for a moment, because I am following his instruction. I have never felt any separation. There are some of my god brothers here in India who had constant personal association with Guru Maharaj, but who are neglecting his order. This is just like the bug who is sitting on the lap of the king. He may be very puffed up by his position, but all he can succeed in doing is biting the king. Personal association is not as important as association through service. Henceforward, anyone proposing to marry must introduce some outside income and live outside the temple. They know this in advance and be prepared to carry such burden. Let them be married, but at their own risk. I cannot sanction anymore. My Guru Maharaj never allowed, but when I came to your country, it was a special circumstance, so I gave concession. But I am not so much inclined anymore, so I shall not sanction. But they may marry on their own risk of knowing that such arrangement is always troublesome. My Guru Maharaj said that this materialistic society is a society of cheaters and cheated. Because people want to be cheated, men such as you mentioned have become very popular. My Guru Maharaj used to say that these literatures are the Barhad Mridanga. That is to say that the big Mridanga. Because like the Mridanga, which can be heard from a long distance, simply a few words can have a tremendous effect on millions of people if they are propagated widely. My dear beloved children, please accept my blessings. I am so much pleased with your kind and affectionate words on the occasion of my birth anniversary on the Narottam Nandotsav day this year. My Guru Maharaj wanted me to spread this Krishna consciousness movement in the Western world, and you are all helping in this great attempt. My spiritual master knew it that alone I could not do this great work. Therefore, he has very kindly sent you all to help me in this task. I accept you, therefore, as a representative of my Guru Maharaj, playing as my affectionate disciples. Okay. It is said that child is father of man. Kindly, therefore, continue your help in this great task and act as my young father and mother in my old age. I am your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Yes, the preaching work is giving you new life. My Guru Maharaj Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati used to say, Pran ache var sehetu prachar. One can preach who has got life. So one who is preaching this Krishna consciousness movement means he has got real life. But if he buys a book, that is the real successful preaching. That is the certificate of my Guru Maharaj. If someone, brahmachari, sells a one paisa magazine, if one of our brahmachari would go and sell a few copies, he would be very, very glad and say, "Oh, you are so nice." So distribution of literature is our real preaching. I know that you are both best preachers, and you will not stand by idly and listen to any nonsense ideas or Mayavadis. That is very nice. My Guru Maharaj was also inclined towards his brothers, his bolder preachers. My Guru Maharaj said, "It does not matter if anyone comes to hear. You go on with your chanting. If no one hears you, the wall will hear. But this does not means that he should sit down someplace and simply chant Hare Krishna for our own benefit. We should be always anxious to save the cripple-minded people with the science of Krishna consciousness. This is the position of Vaishnava. When my Guru Maharaj was present, even big scholars were afraid to talk with his beginning students. My Guru Maharaj was called living encyclopedia. He could talk with anyone on any subject. He was so learned, so we should be like that as far as possible. No compromise. Rama Krishna, Avatar, yogis, everyone was enemy to Guru Maharaj. He never compromised. Some God brother complained that this preaching was chopping techniques and it would not be successful. But we have seen that those who criticized, they fell down. For my part, I have taken up the policy of my Guru Maharaj. No compromise. All these so-called scholars, scientists, philosophers who do not accept Krishna are nothing more than rascals, fools, lowest of mankind, etc. You have written so many nice things in the praise of me, but I think that my Guru Maharaj is great. I am not great, he is great. So sometimes by association of the great ones appears great. Just like the sun is great heat and light, and by reflect just like the sun is great heat and light, and by reflecting the greatness of sunlight, the moon is dead of night also appear great. But actually the moon is by nature dark and cold. But in association with sun, it has become accepted as great. This is the real position. So I thank you very much that you are appreciating my Guru Maharaj, who wanted to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. He is so great. Some 50 years ago, some Christian priest went to Vrindavan and inquired from many residents why Krishna enjoy ras dance with others' wife, which is against the Vedic principle. But nobody could satisfy him. On this point, my Guru Maharaj said that Vrindavan is inhabited by neophyte devotees. So we wish our temple will be able to reply anyone in that matter of Krishna consciousness. Then many modern philosophers and scientists will come to Vrindavan. That will be very much prestigious. My Guru Maharaj condemned living alone in lonely place. He wrote as follows: Dustamana tumi kisera Vaisnava pratisthara tare nirjanera gare tava hari nam kevala kaitava. O rascal mind, what kind of Vaisnava are you? In a lonely place, your chanting of Hare Krishna is simply cheating. And Narottam Das Thakur says, Tandera Charana Seve Bhakta Sanevasa Jamane Janme Janme Hare Abhilasa. To serve the feet of Acharya in association of the devotee is my desire birth after birth. Why I have opened this society? I was living with 4 children and now I have 4,000. There is no good in living alone. Just like I have written in the first publication of Srimad Bhagavatam, the spiritual master lives forever by his divine instruction and the disciple lives with him. Because I have always served my Guru Maharaj and followed his teaching, I am now even never separated from him. Sometimes Maya may come and try to interfere, but we must not flatter. We must always follow the chalked out path laid down by the great Acharya. In the end, you will see. All are satisfied with a place for residence in the name of a temple. They engage disciple to get foodstuff by transcendental devices and eat and sleep. They have no idea or brain how to broadcast the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My Guru Maharaj used to lament many times for this reason, and he thought if one man at least had understood the principle of preaching, then his mission would achieve success. In the later days of my Guru Maharaj, he was very disgusted. Actually, he left this world earlier. Otherwise, he would have continued to live for more years. Still, he requested disciple to form a strong governing body for preaching the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He never recommended anyone to be Acharya of the Chaitanya Math. If Guru Maharaj could have seen to be the Acharya, if Guru Maharaj could have seen someone who was qualified at that time to be Acharya, he would have mentioned. Because on the night before he passed away, he talked of so many things, but never mentioned an Acharya. His idea was Acharya was not to be nominated amongst the governing body. He said openly, you make a GBC and conduct the mission. So his idea was amongst the member of GBC who would come out successful and self-effulgent Acharya would be automatically selected. Now, Bharadaja and his wife have become expert doll maker. So give him all facility. Let all those with artistic talent assist him. I want very extensive doll exhibits in every center. My Guru Maharaj used to spend lots of money on doll exhibits on Srimad Bhagavatam. So I am sure that if we make doll exhibition very prominent, many tourists and visitors will throng in our temples. Here,
Prabhu, hold here, Prabhu. It's because it's already 7:50.
Yes, Prabhu.
I think we still have a lot more to cover. I think at least we have 40 more pages left. So I think we may need to come back tomorrow.
Sure, Prabhu.
Yeah. But yeah, please go ahead, help us, share something, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Miss, I've been listening for quite some time, and Srila Prabhupada is always talking about his Guru Maharaj. Every single thing happen, he is crediting him. Every single word, every single results that he or his disciple have achieved is crediting them. And one thing was kind of quite fascinating is that he is considering his disciple as his young father and mother. And he also called many times he called his disciple as representative of his Guru Maharaj. Definitely, I mean, just thinking about how much humility he had and how much gratitude you had for his disciple and his Guru Maharaj. He throughout this chapter he's been thanking his Guru Maharaj and his disciple, for all the service they are doing and what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj did, so it is. Of course, I have not read or any of this before. It's a first time, but I can see his mood and I can see why means he himself was so pure and highly elevated, and even though he has so much difficulties at that age, he was able to accomplish, which was to me it's very impossible to achieve, and I sometimes feel that I'm doing so much and I'm not getting any results, when I read all this thing, I'm not doing anything compared to, and I'm not trying to compare myself to anything like Prabhupada, but I just feel sometimes that okay, I'm doing so much, and I at the same time also expecting so much, But here reading all these letters, means Prabhupada is so simple, so humble. He's doing it just with a very good faith and love and respect for his Guru Maharaj. Not expecting anything, and whatever he's getting, he's giving credit to either his disciple or his Guru Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhu. Last time when I was at GEV, Maharaj was giving a class, and then there was one devotee translating in Hindi. And translation, right? Maharaj says for some time and translated. It was going on like that. But I was observing very strongly, how Radhanath Maharaj was so thankful. Even to the devotee who is translating. Of course, devotee is already thankful, for tolerating all the mistakes and continue like that. Translating is not easy, right?
No.
times, like that. Sometimes he translates, sometimes, he just blanks out, for a second like that. But it really impressed on my heart how Raghunath Maharaj is so thankful, to everyone.
Yeah, you're right. He's also, I think, in a way, he gives credit to Prabhupada every time I hear him, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how can I become like that, and I don't know. I see no way, I can be. Again, I'm not trying to become Prabhupada, but I'm just saying to get
Yeah.
some drop of that humility.
Mm,
I was just meditating, while reading that
mm,
how can it comes naturally, I guess, when you are so pure and when you
mm,
are so blessed by your Guru Maharaj and Krishna, it all comes naturally to them,
mm.
I
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for inspiring.
no, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Chintamani Mataji, only you're left. You wanna
Huh?
share some pearls of wisdom? Huh?
Where did everyone else go?
I think it got late. I think. I mean, I should have stopped at 7:45, but I thought. Uh,
Mm, yeah, yeah. So
uh,
anyway, I have to go as well, but yeah, similar thoughts as Sanatan Prem Prabhu.
mm,
Just Srila Prabhupada was so he gave all credit to his Guru Maharaj. Of course, um, he did mention several times that how he was scared when Guru his Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would come to him, and when he was in this world, he told him many times, and then even later, how he was scared that how can I give up this life and householder life. I've married and I have children, and then he says, because I was not going, my Guru Maharaj arranged it himself. he took away everything and arranged it such that I could go. And how even
isn't it too much?
I know. It's so sweet.
And now, it's you're picking on it, and that is too much, right?
What?
And you're appreciating that you're, out by that is also like, it's not easy.
I think
Mm,
yeah, but yeah, I mean, and then of course, all these other, how he appreciated all the disciples that our Srila Prabhupada got, and attributed them again to his Guru Maharaj sending
mm,
him. Yeah, it's really amazing.
mm.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
That
Mataji. So I think we only have a little bit more left. So I think we'll wrap up tomorrow. And I need to be out of town also. So I will hand it off tomorrow. Okay.
okay.
Sounds good,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare